So now obviously one of the best Switch Pro controllers is the official one from Nintendo, which I'm sure you already know about. But here's a few other Switch Pro controllers that you will definitely want to consider. Some of these controllers are compatible with other consoles and PC, but I've mainly tested these on the Nintendo Switch that is docked. Starting with one of the most unique controllers is going to be the Panda Stoga controller, which actually looks like a panda. Imagine that. Even the shoulder buttons stick up and sort of contour to your fingers. There's a few other to choose from, but I mainly chose this one because it's a little larger than some of the others and just fits my hands a little better. Still a little smaller than some of the other controllers in this video, but overall feels really good in the hands. It also has a turbo button. It supports motion control, vibration, NFC wake up function. It gives you about 10 hours battery life and just gives you something a little different to use instead of just a plain black controller like the official one. Now, is the D-pad perfect? No. And the buttons do seem a little mushy, but I don't even think the official Pro controller is that great, at least when it comes to the D-pad. Now the next one up is basically a clone of the official Pro controller from Nintendo, just at about half the cost. It comes in 3 different colors. You've got yellow with white buttons, black with red, and gray with red and blue accents. It feels really close to the official Pro controller too. Nice size buttons, good feeling sticks with rubber grips on top, and is comfortable in the hands. If you like the official Pro controller, you're definitely gonna like this one. It also has decent rumble or vibration, just not quite as much or as strong as the official one. Now this clear or transparent controller from Bimbok feels larger than the Panda controller. Buttons are still a little mushy and a pretty comfortable controller too. It does feel a little bit cheap as far as build quality compared to some of these other controllers in the video, but buttons are more clicky than say on the Panda controller. And who doesn't like to choose what colors light up on your controller? Plus it's just cool to see the inside spin when it vibrates. This Hori pad controller is really big, but feels super lightweight. And I actually feel like it's one of the best because it's bigger than some of the others. So obviously it's gonna be bigger than the official Pro controller, but it works great. Graphics on this one feel premium, and they also offer other options besides just Mario. I kinda wish it had some rubber texture on it to give a little bit better grip, but overall, I really like this one. And it's definitely one of the top 2 out of all these controllers. Now this one is probably going to be my favorite out of this group and one I've used the most out of all these. The Hori pad might be a close second. It doesn't have the ideal stick layout unless you're a fan of the PS4 or PS4 controllers, but for me I prefer the layout like an Xbox or some of the other Switch controllers, just a little bit better. Not only is it comfortable to use, but you can customize pretty much all the buttons using their app. Even the vibration sensitivity. It's definitely a must-have for retro games or modern games as well. And if you could only buy one of these controllers, I'd probably tell you to get this one. I also wanted to throw in this arcade stick by 8-Bit Dough. The buttons and stick feel like good quality, and it's got some nice weight to it, so it's not gonna move around too much when using it. One downside is it's sort of hit or miss when it comes to which games it will work with. If you want that arcade experience, but you don't have a lot of room for something like an arcade 1-up, or you just want that arcade feel when playing Switch games, yeah, you definitely gotta check this one out. If you want the controller with the best D-pad out of these in this video, yeah, it's probably gonna be either the official Pro controller or the 8-Bit Dough, and then probably a Hori pad. But if you don't want to pay that much for the official Pro controller, I feel some of these other controllers in this video give you a few other options to consider. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.